Well, what's up to all my chicken grease junkies out there in YouTube land? This is Fast Jimmy 71 coming at you from the new chicken grease garage. Um, w- well, the beginnings of the chicken grease garage. uh, I actually went into my closet, the storage, and it's been quite a few years since I sold everything, so I don't know what I threw in that storage. But I did find my table, the table that I had. I did find, I don't know if you guys remember in the background, there was a brown cabinet and it had all my paints and all kind of stuff on it. Actually, I still have that. Actually still have my light, which is surprisingly, I thought I got rid of it. I still have it. And I actually found not a lot, but I found the old, cabinet that's got all the little drawers. There's little knickknacks in there, not a lot. There's some old rims, no, not really much of anything, it's just scraps. Then I have a container here that I had, a couple of things in there, not a lot, like I said, but for the most part, I sold everything. All my X-Acto knives, my paints. He wanted all my paints. He wanted all my. The only thing that I actually still have is a lot of my decals. I have a box here that has a lot of decals, and then I have another shoebox here that's got some little knickknacks here and there, and then that little drawer setup thing that has some stuff inside. Not a lot. It's got I gotta go through it. It's got a bunch of junk in there that doesn't mean anything. That has really nothing to do with building models. It's just, when you got storage, you start putting stuff in those containers and you just don't even think about what the hell you're putting into them until you actually open it and you're like, oh, what the hell is this? What's this doing here? So yeah, that's what I got going on, and a little garbage can and stuff. Um, but yeah, you guys are noticing I have some glasses on. These are glasses that I've had for many years, and I actually misplaced them. People say that I shouldn't be wearing these because the prescription might have changed and I shouldn't be wearing these. But to be honest with you, it actually helps me a little bit more than how I was seeing before without them. So I'm not gonna keep them on my face all the time. I'll just wear them from time to time. But for the most part, this will help me out. So yeah, you seen Fast Jimmy 71 with glasses. So hee ha ha. Well, yesterday I went on a field trip with my girlfriend. We went to Hobby Lobby. Yeah. I said I was gonna go out and venture off and see what I can find. Like I said, I'm working on a budget, so I was very limited on what I can get. So when I got there, I went to the model car section and I was kind of surprised there wasn't a lot, not a very big selection of kits there. Um, yeah, they had the glues and paints and all that stuff, airbrushes and stuff. I'm not worried about any of that stuff right now because I don't have a place to airbrush. Um, so I'm just not really concerned about that right now. Uh, what was I gonna say? So I started looking at, you know, the model kits, and I'm standing there, and she kind of like looked at me and said, "Well, I'm gonna go out to the store. I'm gonna go look around the store while you stand here and do what you gotta do." So I stood there like for about 15, 20 minutes just staring at everything. And really nothing was jumping out at me. I don't know why. There was a few of them that caught my eye, but there was one in particular that I said, you know what, I'm gonna get this one because I'm liking the way this one looks. Um, so I grabbed that one, but unfortunately, I went yesterday when the 40% off wasn't applying to these things. So I paid full price. So I got jabbed with this one. I didn't buy a lot. That's the thing. I didn't buy a lot. You know, I just bought a few things because, like I said, I can only get what I can afford. Uh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Mm-mm-mm. Not cool. Not cool. Uh, Sometimes you got to wonder, you know, I know that times have changed and the economy and all this and all that, but come on, really? Like $29, $30 for a kit? Really? Is that necessary? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, stuff that, you know, kits that I used to pay $5 for. I used to buy my first kit. When I bought my first kit, you know, when I was a kid, I think it was like $5. You know, less than that. It was a Corvette, a '57 Chevy Corvette, and it was the gasser one, the one with the tip nose and shit. I know you guys got to remember that. I think it was an MPC. That's the old kit, and it was the black one, the tilt nose. I think I paid like $5 at a store named. They still exist, not a lot, but they're still around, called Osco's, Osco Jewels. And you know, they had a section of model cars, and I had to get it when I was a kid. So I think it was like $5. Now is, come on, man, $32 for $29 for a kid? Really? Shit don't make no sense. But you know, enough of that squabbling. You know, it is what it is. If you're gonna get into the hobby and this is your addiction, then you're gonna spend on your addiction. In reality, that's what we're doing. We're spending money on our addiction. So, yeah, $70.80, as you can see right there. So, I didn't buy a lot. I didn't buy a lot. So, I'm going to show you what I got here. So, let me tilt this around. So, this is the kit that I got. It's a 1957 Chevy, 1955 Chevy, my bad. Bel Air sedan, and as you can see, $29. Nice kit. I haven't opened it yet, still has the plastic on it. I bought me some paint brushes. Bought me a mat. My old mat was jacked up. This was the only thing that was 40% off, but this wasn't in the model car section. This was actually in the sewing section, and this was $14.99. Then it came out to like $11 or whatever the hell. I bought me a glue. I bought me some snips. That's all I bought for $70. So that's ridiculous. That is pathetic. Well, as you can see right back here, this is what I was telling you about. It's got some stuff in here, you know, not a lot. It's got some old rims. I gotta go through all that crap. It's all filled with just, you know, miscellaneous crap. This is actually all I have for paint. Some Tamiya black and some Tamiya white and some panel line paint, and you know, a couple little knickknacks here and there. My old oh god, my old light, and there's my old thing. You know, here's a couple of containers, like I said, of some stuff. This thing is filled with just miscellaneous crap. But yeah, let me step back so you guys can see what I'm talking about. My new chicken grease garage location. This is what it looks like. Right there. That's the new chicken grease location. Next to my curio corner cabinet with all my other things, and right next to all this. This is my living room / dining room. But yeah, this is the new chicken grease garage. So yeah, it's the beginnings. The beginnings of the new chicken grease garage. I don't have anything on here because I had got rid of everything. I sold everything, all my tweezers, my cutters, my paints, all my glues, all my stuff. So yeah, that's all gone. So we got to start slowly, but it's okay. I'm not in a rush. Not in a rush. So I will be doing an open box review on this kit. I don't know. You guys probably have done this kit before. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't bought any kits in a while. So I'm going to do an open box review on this thing. I might do a video tonight when I get back home, or tomorrow, depending. Don't know how I'm going to do this. Don't know. I just, like I said, I don't know. I'm getting back into this again, so it's like I'm crawling again. But once I get back into the game of things, and to the groove, I'll start catching myself doing crazy shit. But for the meantime, I'm just gonna take it slow because I have to worry about my eyes, focusing and stuff, so it's a little hard. So I'm just gonna take my time. But listen, guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna take the glasses off because it was starting to irritate me. But that's it for now. I will be posting another video. I don't know, like I said, later on today or tomorrow. But in the meantime, this is Faster Me 71 coming at you from the new chicken grease garage. So like always, my brothers, peace, and you know it, chicken grease. Laters.